Hello, ladies and gentlemen, JR Chunks 21 here. I'm once again accompanied by Ninja Panda. Carlin is currently unavailable, do believe he has class. But today we're going to go over episode 1, Kakashi vs. Stein, Dr. Frankenstein from the Soul Eater anime. Now, today we've got a lot planned for this. We already have a winner decided pretty much because there's really no arguing otherwise. But
I'm still gonna try.
oh yeah, that's fine. So anyways, guys, yesterday's video, if you guys are watching this when this goes up, yesterday's video we went over the speed feat of Kakashi and why the theory of Kakashi's speed is currently wrong. And our good man over here decided to go ahead and enlighten us. And today we're going to be doing the math on our beautiful whiteboard that the school has provided us unknowingly to do the math. So he's going to go ahead and get up there and start doing it while I go ahead and break down Kakashi Harake.
Oh, I was going to do it while I wasn't going to do it beforehand. I was going to do it while
Okay, well, we can do that. So we're going to start off by telling you which version of Kakashi we're using. We are using the 4th Shinobi World War arc Kakashi, as it's the most, what would you say, broken or stable Kakashi?
Probably broken.
I mean, he
Like,
goes from at one
literally
point saying that he cannot use Kamui and Chidori.
He can only use Chidori 4 times in the beginning, and then he spams it like crazy by the end.
And in Shippuden, we have him saying that he can only use Kamui like 2 or 3 times in a day, and he's like, oh, now I can use it all the time.
And it was also he only could do very small things like day to his shoulder, and then by the war arc he
Teleported
teleports.
a Bijudama.
No, not just a.
He
No,
teleported a
the
10
entire-
tails Bijudama.
Oh yeah, that is big. Did he do that? I was just thinking of when he
did.
teleported the 8 tails. I forgot about.
He did. He
Bijudama.
teleported the 10 tails Jinchuriki, the 10-tailed beast, the actual 10 tails Bijudama. I do believe it was him. It's either that or Minato teleported it away in a flying I did. Either way, he did something super powerful and broken that is totally different than teleporting someone's shoulder. So,
And was
Kakashi.
completely fine.
Kakashi is probably one of the most interesting characters, and to give you a mini psychological profile, as we will with all characters in this, if possible, Kakashi grew up a sad life. Didn't really have a mother. His father was the legendary White Fang of the Hidden Leaf. And Kakashi resembled that. He was made, a Jonin by the time he was, 10?
I think it was 12.
Either way, it was really young.
He was a try-hard.
He ended up joining the Anbu Black Ops after losing both Obito and Rin.
Technically, he killed Rin.
Technically, but I count that more as suicide because she ran into it. But no spoilers.
Well, no one else
Okay,
knows that.
let's stop this. No spoilers because, well, minor spoilers, but nothing like serious like the whole Rin thing. Mostly
It's a
because
death. It's basically a death battle.
also the fact that if you guys haven't seen
Legally not a
Naruto,
death battle.
also if you guys haven't seen Naruto Shippuden yet,
Why are you here?
why are you even on my channel? What are you doing with your life, sir? Are you like
Why are you
masturbating to Harvard math?
Why are you watching this video of Kakashi
But
versus
anyways,
Stein?
we're gonna go ahead and keep this up. So anyways, Kakashi joins the Anbu Black Ops, which are essentially Delta Force on maximum steroids.
And he joins it because he has depression and PTSD, and
And
that's how they thought would cheer him up.
Oh yeah, you killed your best friend, go kill a bunch of other people. It'll make you better, boys! Then later on, we have the 4th Hokage who realizes, wait a minute, this is a bad idea. You, serial killing psycho dude who's not at all stable. Regard my pregnant wife and the child.
Technically, he kept him outside the barrier.
So anyways, guys, Kakashi is an interesting character in that aspect. He repeatedly self-deprecates himself, saying that he is weaker than he is, saying that he is a scum, he's trash, he's bad. He
To
repeatedly
be fair, he
insults himself.
kind of was as a child. Have you seen how he treated his friends after Rin died? He is
Yeah.
an asshole.
Trauma does that to people. But Kakashi is also widely regarded as one of the most dangerous shinobi out of the Hidden Leaf. In fact,
Even Itachi said he's
in
dangerous.
the original Naruto anime, we have him come across a serial killer known as Zabuza, who killed all of his classmates, who literally says, oh, this guy right here, he's S rank. All of us know him. We all don't like him. He is known as Kakashi of the Sharingan, or he who has mastered 1,000 jutsu. And essentially, Kakashi abuses this. And I mean, if he wasn't wearing that mask, I bet when he was mind ripping the crap out of Zabuza, he'd be smiling like, oh yeah, I'm in your head right now. So, with the Sharingan, Kakashi has copied a great deal many jutsu. He's mastered several and created his own version of a, what is it, A rank or S rank for Rasengan? I think Rasengan is A rank and Chidori is the S rank version. Essentially, it's a giant ball of lightning in his hand that sounds like 1,000 birds or 100 birds, and he uses it to kill people. Now, me and Ninja Panda here are in total disagreements. While I agree an assassin should be quiet, I also believe that assassins throughout history are usually used more for fear. If you know that someone is going to come and kill you and get away very quickly, it tends to scare you not to go. I mean, that's what happened with Minato. Everyone was so afraid Minato was going to come visit. They're like, you know what, let's just leave the leaf alone. Let's go pick on the sand guys. They don't have anyone as scary as Minato. Then Gaara comes along and says, so about that not being scary thing. But that's a story for another day. Anyways, to run down...
I don't think that assassins are way scarier when they can just get in, kill you, and get out without anyone noticing. Someone who kills you by lighting up the entire castle you're in, and it being so loud that everyone in the surrounding cities could hear you.
So,
that's
we're
not
going
a
to run
great
down some
assassination
of
technique.
Kakashi's most notable skills. We've got Kamui, his Mongekyo Sharingan ability, which is
Broken as hell.
essentially it's teleportation. You create a pocket dimension and send the people there. And if you
Or
don't
a part
have,
of the person.
or a whole Bichudama.
Or an entire 8 tails.
Or Ninja Panda if he keeps talking. Next up, we've
I
got
can leave.
Next, we've got Ninja Panda's personal favorite jutsu of Kakashi's, I do believe, Headhunter Jutsu, which is essentially stealth on steroids. You bury someone head up to their head into the dirt.
He somehow hides himself in the ground, moves around through the ground like it's nothing, and then drags
It's
people under.
Naruto. It's literally, we had a guy who literally should have been crippled in real life in Rock Lee, and Tsunada's like, oh yeah, this surgery, you might die, but if it works, you'll walk perfectly fine. My mom's sitting here watching this, which you've all met my mom, and she's like, bullshit. So,
He
next
also
we got
was able to fight even better when he was drunk, which was hilarious and
martial arts style of the Drunken Fist. Next we've got the Chidori, Kakashi's personal move that he created and later taught to Sasuke. And it's just as we described. It's a Rasengan. It's a massive twirling ball of lightning in your hand.
doesn't spin. It's lightning in the hand, and when it touches the person, it sort of just shoots out like a blade or something. Look at the Gaara versus Sasuke fight. That's basically how it works.
Then you've got the lightning blade, which is just like the Chidori, but better.
It's all that power condensed into your hand, basically.
Or a knife, as we've seen Sasuke use it with
Oh,
his
yeah.
sword.
Actually, no, that was Chidori.
No, he used.
Chidori stream,
lightning.
Chidori, whatever.
Sasuke essentially stole
It was
Kakashi's move and made it 100 times better. Right?
yeah.
When
He
you
basically
Uchinapa.
changed Chidori into something that was
Then we
extremely
got-
flawed and useless to.
Then we've
something
got
amazing.
Kakashi's Lightning Beast. Now, mind you, these are techniques he uses before we get to past the fourth war arc. Because I know some of you guys are going to mention, well, what about his purple lightning? Kakashi did not use that or learn that or create that technique until he lost his Sharingan.
Yeah, it was specifically because he couldn't use his Chidori or Lightning Blade anymore because he lost
The ability
Right.
to see perfectly at that
basically
speed.
the biggest weakness of the Lightning Blade and the Chidori is it's easily countered. It's basically just a straight jab that anyone could counter.
So without his Sharingan, he cannot actually see the attack coming.
Or the counter, he can't respond in time.
One of the 8 gates, different things have been said. I believe it's stated that he's able to use up to the 3rd gate, but we're going to say that only one of the 8 gates, because I don't think we've seen him use anything past the 1, but it's stated that he could.
In a data book, which aren't...
No, I believe he said it when Rock Lee was fighting Gaara. He's like, this kid's able to use the 3 gates, and it's implied that he's so surprised because he's able to use.
No, he says he is surprised. He says the 8 gates. He doesn't ever imply that he can open 3. I'm fairly certain.
Either way, we almost never see Kakashi use these, so he prefers his other techniques. We know he has the Sharingan because he has to use Kamui. He's got Shadow Clone Jutsu. You never see him use Naruto's broken ass multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu, where he sends like 1,000 guys.
Zabuza versus at the very end when.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he does.
Wasn't against Zabuza. It was the guy who hired him and his little private army.
Yeah, we've seen him do
He's
that.
like.
We know he used Substitution and Transformation Jutsu.
Lightning Shadow Clones.
Yeah, we've seen him use that. We can safely assume he's able to use any of the Elemental Clone Jutsus. Shadow Clone, Lightning Clone, Water Clone Jutsu.
Earth Clone. That's probably.
Paper Clone, probably.
We need to do one of put her in a fight. The paper girl. Origami chick.
We most definitely will. So, we've got that, and we've got a couple of other battles. So, we've got that, we've got Transformation Jutsu, we've got his Substitution Jutsu, we have his Summoning Jutsu where he summons the Ninja Hound, all of which I like. I really like those dogs. Now, to kind of go over a rule before, because we all have agreed that it's likely Kakashi will use his Summoning Jutsu, because he prefers to use them to kind of feel out things, restrain, feel out, find his targets.
Kakashi, the way he fights is always
analytical and strategic.
He hides and lets his shadow clones.
Substitutions.
Apparently, there's a body switching thing. I think he only used that during like the first time he was training Team 7. He switched with one of Naruto's clones, and he's never used that since.
Kakashi is a brilliant analytical fighter, which is completely
with bullshit abilities.
Which is completely different to his opponent, who fights like a mad idiot.
Despite what Swag Kage said, it's not all Uchihas are broken, it's everyone with a Sharingan is broken.
So, now, me and Ninja Panda are also in a disagreement there. He does not particularly care for Swag Kage, I do.
No, I like him only when he's not talking about the Uchiha.
Only when he doesn't have a Uchiha dick in his mouth. And their chin and their balls on his asshole. So anyways,
are we allowed to say that on YouTube?
I say profanity all the time on YouTube. What the hell are you talking about? It's not a JR Chunks 21 video unless I'm using profanity, but I'm dialing it back because I'm on campus.
The JR Chunks or Junior Chunks?
JR.
Okay,
first name's John, middle name's Ross, so it's my first initial of my first name and my first initial of my middle name.
Okay, Junior Chunks.
So anyways, guys, we have that to go over. We've got Kakashi is just a brilliant analytical fighter, and that's his style. He thinks things through before acting. He has a bunch of other abilities, like we could easily say that the fight could end just by him using Water Dragon or Water Prison Jutsu, something like that, but that's a cop-out. Same as just him sucking up Stein the minute they set foot on the ground, him just sucking up Stein with Kamui. We could easily say that, but we don't like cop-out.
Genjutsu. We did not mention that, I forgot. Put that down.
Do we even see him use Genjutsu?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Oh yeah, because the Sharingan, he uses the natural Sharingan.
Sharingan again. Bullshit Sharingan Jutsu.
Hey, if your eyes naturally let you use Genjutsu, I would too.
Which they couldn't at the very beginning of the series. Oh, also.
He did it to Zabuza.
Oh right.
When he was modded to Zabuza,
okay, yeah, that was. I just remember the Sharingan being way more limited than
The Genjutsu wasn't like it is when we see Itachi use Tsukiyomi. It
No,
was,
basically the way the Sharingan originally worked was it had two techniques. Piercing Eye, which lets you basically understand everything you see, and the Hypnotic Eye, which was hypnotic.
that's
Basically
still
to
part
get
of
you
the
to...
canon. Anyways, guys,
Oh, and substitution jutsu. It is not infinite substitutions. In the Land of Waves arc, before they even get to the Land of Waves, they basically explain that you need to prepare substitutions beforehand. So he does not have an infinite number of
so we
substitutions.
have a lot of information on Kakashi. Now, earlier in yesterday's video, we went over the speed feed. We've got a board set up for Ninja Panda to do the speed, for us to record Kakashi's speed feed, which Ninja Panda is going to go do now because that's the last thing we need to discuss with Kakashi. As many of you who first heard about this battle immediately jumped to the same conclusion we all did when we picked the battle. You all thought the same way we did, that this was going to be Kakashi blitzing the crap out of Stein and just ending the fight in a second. Because at the time we all believed that he had like a third the speed of light, but our man Ninja Panda here, who's looks better at math than I am, figured that that is not at all true. So I'm going up there, I'll get this set up. So I'm going to go ahead and activate our camera that we brought along, our beautiful whiteboard camera. Get it up here.
Okay. That's good.
Yep.
Okay. So, that's going to be annoying. Let's say this is Kakashi. Is that a good size? You said there was something wrong with the camera.
Yeah, it's fine. I got it now.
So, according to canon, adult Kakashi is about 5'9", but for the sake of making math easier, let's just say he's 6 feet. Shit, I probably should have.
As you guys can tell, this is episode 1, so we're not super professional. We're not like Wiz and Boomstick over here. If we were, it'd be great, because I could pay a bunch of unskilled interns to do this.
Yeah. I kind of... Do you still happen to have the paper that I did the notes on?
It was left in your notebook.
Oh, that makes things easier.
I don't know if it was this one or it was the one.
Because problem is I gotta convert these to all to meters. Because it's mainly in meters per second, so. And I do not feel like using the unit converter for all this. Okay, so
essentially
6 feet is, the cliff seemed to be about 10 feet taller, or 10 times taller than Kakashi. Kakashi in 6 feet in meters is, I think it said 1.55. So this would be, so the cliff he climbs up to cut the lightning bolt is 15.5 meters. We're gonna say he, to make this simple, let's say the cliff is twice as long as it is tall, so 31 meters. And let's say he travels half, the lightning bolt is dead center of the cliff, so that would be, right about here would be 15.5. Simple math, let's just say he jumps at a right angle, making this, that's not a right angle, but
90 degrees.
yeah, because there's no, they do not show how high he jumps, so there's not even a way to guess. This is the only way that I could actually get his height, or the height that he jumps, because remember geometry, right angle, these two are the same size, so this is 15.5, so this is 15.5 meters.
Again, if any of you are mathematicians and find a flaw in our math, please tell us. When we visit these videos
Yeah,
again down the line, we'll go ahead and check your validity. I've got some mathematician friends that are, well, they're mathematicians at a community college, so they're lucky they know how to do 2 plus 2.
Yeah, I basically Googled all this in like an hour and did it during a class, so could be
Because
wrong.
we don't pay attention in class, guys. We never do.
Well, it was 3D printing, so.
I don't even speak that language.
So A squared. Basically, this is that find the hypotenuse thing. I think it's the A squared plus
B squared equals C squared.
Actually, it was the square root of A squared plus B squared equals C, if I'm not mistaken.
Hypotenuse is A squared
Yeah.
plus B squared equals C squared.
Not according to Google.
No, I think Google's on crack.
So it's 22 meters. And what I found out after doing all of this is that none of this actually matters because of how ridiculously high the clouds are. So cumulonimbus clouds form, the bottom is at about 400 meters. And the top is around 12,000. But in extreme conditions, it can be even higher than that. But I
So
didn't
split
do
the
that
difference.
because that's more math.
So split the difference.
Actually, I didn't do that. I did the minimum and the maximum. So I
Go
got a
ahead.
range. Let's see, what else was it? I really should have done this differently. I cannot remember what all these numbers mean.
So just get to the part of how fast lightning is and
Oh, right.
what his actual speed would be, so we don't like drag this out for 20 minutes trying to explain
Okay,
math.
yeah. Lightning, there are two, well, there are a bunch of steps. I researched this on, hold on, let me get the actual site, because it's I think it's a government website. It's,
Oh no, the government's gonna find us. Better call Kakashi.
Yep, weather.gov. So this is,
Well, that's a
so you
government
can-
website for crackheads.
so you cannot argue this is wrong. Basically, the lightning bolt that goes down, that he cuts, is called the step leader, and that only moves at 200,000 miles per hour, which
It's significantly slower than a third of the speed of light.
I believe, yeah, it's 800, no, screw it, 89,408 meters per second. My handwriting is atrocious. Then I had to subtract the height of the mountain and the height that he jumps, which is basically 31 meters, 15.5 and 15.5. Then I measured that it's basically speed equals distance over. Shit, this is a lot harder to do on the fly than when I have an hour to do all this.
Yep.
You want me to just skip ahead to the actual numbers?
Yeah, just skip ahead to his actual speed. Now that we know how fast the lightning was traveled, just skip to what his actual maximum speed or
right.
minimum speed would be.
That's how I did it. It was that really annoying. So speed equals distance. S equals
Speed over distance.
speed equals d over t. So I have no
That
clue.
is not what you tell your girlfriend at a party after she's had some jello shots, guys.
So speed is that. Let's see, 89,408 equals 22 meters over.
X, because you
Yeah.
don't have the time it would take.
And this is where my math might be wrong.
So just go
So,
to the
yeah,
actual.
you had. What I did was multiplied x over 1 on both sides, then divided. Then you get 22 equals this number x. Then you divide by this by this, and I got. Let's see. The first speed for this.
The 400 meters.
I'm pretty sure I've left some stuff out, but yeah.
It's
I'm
fine.
just, screw it, I'm just gonna get to the numbers because this is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, and this was already like a 25-minute video.
Yeah,
We haven't even gotten over Stein or the battle.
I'm basically trying to remember everything I did while half
He'll be in the
asleep.
comments
During
or
it.
on Discord if you guys want to follow. Go to the Discord, go to Patreon and donate.
Yeah.
But he'll be on Discord and in the comments section if you want to, shit on his whole life choices and everything. I mean, he's wearing a SpongeBob t-shirt, so... Look, let's not mess with Nickelodeon. They're like Disney. They'll
Oh,
come
shit,
down here
right.
and eat us.
Whoops. So yeah, first speed was, I'm assuming this is the actual speed. I think that's what I was solving for, right?
Yeah, the actual his speed.
That was a time, so it'd be, shit, this may actually be wrong because I am now just realizing that I didn't actually pay attention to the units as much as I probably should have, but hopefully this is right. Oh, never mind, I actually did. Whoops. Yeah,
Just go
if
with
you,
the speed.
this is what I'm going off of, and I did this and yesterday while half asleep.
Okay.
So I cannot remember what. Yeah, don't blame me for losing track of all. So the first speed should be 11,638 meters per second. That's its fastest speed, assuming that the lightning bolt started at the very bottom of the cloud, and that the cloud formed as low as it normally does. Oh wait, actually it's 200 meters. Oh, never mind. Doesn't affect the math, but I think I said that they formed at 400 meters when it's actually 200 or 300 or whatever I used. And his slowest possible speed, assuming the lightning bolt started at the very
So
top
for
of
those
the
of you
cloud.
guys curious, 11,638 meters per second converted to us American talk miles per hour is 26,033 miles per hour.
Let's see.
164.34 meters per second. So 164.34 meters per second is 367.61 miles per hour in American talk. Because we're Americans, not British.
Yeah, but all the
We threw those idiots away a long time ago.
To be fair, the
Hashtag.
metric system makes way more sense than what
To
we
be
got.
fair, I don't like change. So that is Kakashi's speed feat. If you want, you can go ahead and erase that and sit down.
Yeah, so he's somewhere between about 150 meters per second or around 1,000 meters per second.
Now, our next character, with that speed, that changes everything. Because if Kakashi was, no matter what, his speed is incredibly fast for anyone. I don't know many people that go 300 miles an hour. I mean, I would love to be able to run at 300 miles an hour. That would be cool.
And the
Be a
next
race car driver.
Stein's speed feat is even harder to calculate.
And his is Stein as a character is a big difference to Kakashi. And we picked this because they're both mentors. They're both older males, relatively speaking. But we picked them because, I picked them because there was a big difference in how they approach battle. Kakashi, a cold, analytical genius, prodigy, is a big difference to fighting someone like Stein, who essentially does not really plan. He plans, but he doesn't plan to the level of Kakashi. In fact, in most of his battles, we see Stein and he's crazy.
Actually, I'd say that Stein, just from what I've seen of him, he's probably as intelligent and as analytical as Kakashi. Kakashi is not Shikamaru. He does not plan.
But he is also, Stein is also unpredictable. I mean, it's...
Are we on to Stein now, or are we still
Yeah,
talking about Kakashi?
this is Stein. This is just why I'm peak
Okay,
epic Stein.
you want to know how bullshit Stein is? He can revive people from the dead. Not with the jutsu, just basic surgical skills. He somehow is able to revive people from the dead.
To be fair, this is an anime where the soul is
Yes,
literally
but this is-
broken.
This apparently
Oh.
takes place in the real world.
Before
kind
we
of.
jump into more information on Stein, to give you guys kind of information, the characters are battling with their standard equipment. So Kakashi is battling with his standard amount of kunai and shuriken and
Explosive
peg,
tags, the wire stuff,
all
the
of
basic.
all that good stuff. And I think we've even seen him use smoke bombs. before.
Yep, there are
So-
smoke bombs.
So he gets all of the standard equipment we see Kakashi use during the fourth Shinobi World War. So kunai, shuriken.
Are we going to give Stein a rolling chair?
We're gonna give Stein whatever his standard equipment is.
Okay.
So, and I don't remember what weapons did we agree to give to Stein.
Okay, so
We gave him
Stein.
his. Did we
Stein.
give him Death Sight?
Yes, Death Scythe, and he does not use Excalibur like we were originally planning on having, because when Death
Excalibur's
and,
annoying.
yeah, basically Death and Black Star went to find Excalibur, they asked Stein about it, he's like, even I couldn't handle it. They thought that meant he couldn't wield Excalibur. No, he can wield it just fine, it's just
And he, for those of you
Excalibur
that
has
are-
like 1,000 rules with
and all
whatever
of
you
them
wield.
are about his ego. For those of you guys curious, who haven't seen Soul Eater, because I know plenty of you haven't, as it's not a big anime like Naruto.
Treat yourself. Watch Soul Eater.
It really is a good anime. I loved it. Took my time.
It gets
But-
better the longer it goes.
Excalibur is essentially
Hold
a
on, don't
magical
say
weapon.
anything about it yet. I'm going to show them a picture of Excalibur and let them form their own opinions.
He can essentially be part of everything. Because
This is the legendary sword Excalibur. Everything's reversed. Yeah.
How'd you like to have that as your weapon?
There is only one person who has canonically, I don't know about canonically, but in the manga, only one person has ever wielded him. And you know what she did with that? She even though she needed him to save the lives of her friends, she cut a tear in space and then threw the sword through the tear.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
So anyways, guys, Stein will
We're
have
also-
his standard weapons.
Stein will have Death Scythe and Mary. Marie, whatever. Mary, I don't care.
No one in
I'm
English.
English.
So anyways,
Or I'm American, whatever.
anyways, guys, so those are the weapons. So he's gonna go ahead and break down Stein, and then we'll get into battle. And try not to make this like an hour-long video,
Also,
because it's already like 33 minutes.
have you already explained that we are considering any kind of spiritual energy, including souls,
Yes. The souls count to the same way the chakra system works.
well, no, this is a really bad one to do with two spiritual entities interacting, because the way chakra works versus the way souls work is fairly different. The soul thing doesn't actually have a network like chakra does. It's just a soul in the
This
body.
is the other reason these videos take so long, is because me and him get into arguments on simple stuff like genjutsu.
Yeah, should Genjutsu work on someone from Soul Eater? I say no, because the way Genjutsu works is by manipulating the flow of chakra in the body. But there's no flow, there's no chakra network or soul network or energy network, there's no pressure points, none of that. Or well, there technically are, but it doesn't really affect the soul.
I mean, if they're human, they get pressure points.
Yeah, but
well,
it
I
does.
don't believe we'll ever see Kakashi use genjutsu in this battle. Kakashi very rarely uses it. He prefers normal assassin techniques, going in and killing you with his bare hands. Or, I don't know, setting you into a pocket dimension, drowning you, having his dogs play fetch with your ass. So guys, anyways,
Burying you alive.
he's going to go ahead and go over some of Stein's more destructive feats and strength if possible. I mean, I don't remember in the Solier anime seeing Stein's strength, but we know Kakashi's strength is off the charts.
Okay, here it is. So, Stein has, some of the abilities he has is the witch hunt slash thing that you see Mako use. Basically,
Witch
it's,
Hunter.
no, it said witch hunt slash.
It's usually Witch Hunter.
Yeah, which is weird, because it said witch hunter,
Yeah.
devil hunter for Maka, but his was named in
Well,
the same... Yeah.
Stein's what I consider a weird case, so
Yeah,
whatever, just
okay.
go with it.
Basically, it makes the scythe really big and cut through practically everything.
And we could argue that would easily be a good strength speed because that scythe looks freaking huge.
Technically, it's all made out of spiritual energy, and energy doesn't weigh anything, so...
It looks like steel to me. So it looks like it can cut, because you could argue energy doesn't cut either, but...
Yeah, it melts through stuff, but
Well,
this is
well,
anime.
well, yeah.
Energy cuts.
Wait. Well, at
Lightning
that
do-
point we can also argue
Lightning
energy.
doesn't cut through anything. Oh, well, my bad, sorry. Yeah,
Anyways,
we're
guys.
around other people, so
We're in a technical quiet space, but anyways, guys. So he'll keep going through the feats and everything, and we'll just kind of run it down like we did with Kakashi, where it's his most common thing. Just kind of twist it around.
Another thing he has is, we've only seen him use this once. It's called he calls it the experimental ectoplasm, which basically,
God, you're saying that.
it was
He is our manga guy, so.
oh, this was in the anime too. It's when he was fighting the dude chick.
Spoilers. Oh, yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
I got
basically,
you, I remember now.
it's basically Susanoo, but really flexible, and we've only seen him use it once, and I believe it was,
Now guess what you just did. Guess what you just did.
what?
We're gonna have comments saying, "Where's Kakashi Susanoo?" I mean, we see it in the anime when Obito's around. No, Kakashi does not get it's Susanoo. So there, we ended
First
that
off-
argument. No, we're not
No,
arguing
this-
why. He's not getting it.
This isn't an argument, it's actual canon. You can only use Susanoo with two Sharingan. He gets that from Obito and then immediately loses it. And apparently, he only gets it by Obito, and I don't remember this was just on the wiki. I think it said that he gets the Sharingan when Obito's soul inhabits his body. So unless you're okay with us bringing in dead people to inhabit the combatants' bodies in our fights, then no, he doesn't get
Hashtag
fucking
Jesus
Susanoo.
controls Stein. Might as well piss off everyone. Anyways, so go ahead and keep going.
Yeah.
Now that we've already
Okay,
said
I think he can only use it when he's wielding Death Sight, Maka's dad. He has soul perception, which this is why I had to read the entire manga, because even when he wasn't in, when he was long gone at one point, there was one really important detail about soul perception. They can tell whether the person, the soul they're seeing is witch, human, or animal. So
Which makes no sense. The first episode of the anime where Maka captures what she thinks is a witch's soul, but is really a cat soul.
yep, but they
Makes no sense.
they
But
did-
it's hilarious.
there's a monkey that is also a
You got the ones that turn into
wielding it.
frogs.
no. There is a monkey that wields a death sight. He is a Meister, and he is following behind them to Noah's knowledge. And Maka and Death just look at each other and are like, "It's a monkey." They don't see him. They just sense his soul, and they realize it's a monkey based off its soul.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
It hurts.
Soul Eater is weird.
That's why you guys should watch it. It's a lot easier than watching Naruto Shippuden.
Let's see. He can sense strong souls, basically soul perception. There's one point in his classroom where he just pulls a scalpel out of nowhere and throws it at someone, and then impales the wall, cracking the wall. So I'm assuming,
That's a destructive feat.
I'm assuming that he can infuse
And strength.
projectiles with his soul, because he's shown that he
And
can
it's a
infuse-
strength feat as well, due to him having to throw it at a decent speed. Even infusing it, he'd have to throw it at a pretty good click.
Yeah.
So we're not going to do that math because neither of us wants to die. Or take a bunch of Adderall.
When he is, I should probably just cover what he can do before moving on to him with the death weapons. He can infuse his soul into people and basically suture them. Yeah, he can create sutures with his soul and suture their bodies together, paralyze them. But
Incapacitate them.
I think
Stitch their mouth shut.
I think he can only fully paralyze someone when he's using Death Scythe, and he can't move while doing that because it takes so much concentration.
So,
But he can't just punch someone and
I
then
think
they
that's
punch a
good
wall.
for just Stein's abilities. Go over 2 or 3 with each of his weapons.
Okay,
Because it's not like this is going to be animated. It might be later on, and then we'll revise it.
Death Scythe, every Death Scythe has or Death weapon has a special ability they gain. Death Scythe is he amplifies, he gives apparently every soul has some ability that they're good at. It's really weird and comes out of nowhere and like at the very end it isn't really explained very well, but he basically amplifies people's abilities.
We call that the Kaioken. We call that the Kaioken.
Pretty much, yeah.
Just pull a random tick and get your ass away.
And it just randomly amplifies it. But his best weapon that he's used is Mary. She turns into a hammer called Mjolnir, and he has some of the.
Thor be damned. And Elsa Marvel's gonna sue somebody.
Technically, it's Norse mythology, so they can't sue us.
I bet Marvel's gonna sue Soul Eater. It would be hilarious to do that battle. To do that as like a courtroom battle.
Where's that? Oh, there's my images. Oh, I actually find the image where they found. This is where they found out it was a monkey.
Oh, cool.
Where is him using Mary? Yeah, I really was not prepared for this apparently.
It's fine. When you find it, send it to me, and I'll. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Because when you find it, you can take a screenshot and just. I'll upload
Yeah,
it.
here it is. This is somehow a hammer. Yes, it looks like a tonfa, but it's a hammer. He can, when using this, basically she sends lightning into his body, making him able to move faster than people can perceive, that Death Scythes can perceive, which are presumably way faster and have way better perceptive abilities than humans.
I mean, they're with Death, and I believe Death is pretty much omnipotent. He can see, he knows everything that's going on around the whole world.
I don't think this is when Stein completely snaps. I'm not sure if he has the ability to basically do what Black Star does and destroy your body just by touching you. I don't know if this is from the enhancement of Mary, or if he's just normally able to do this. Yeah.
Either way, we'll give it to him. Okay, so now we're gonna get into the actual battling portion, so we can keep this kind of shorter.
One last thing is, I should have an. Yeah, this is what happens to the body when. Stupid reverse thing. Is that good enough?
Yeah, it should
Yeah,
be.
that's what happens to people when he touches them and uses that ability. They disintegrate.
Okay, so we're gonna get into the actual battle portion, and as many of you know who have read rules, it is a neutral playing field. So what we agreed to was a plains and a forest kind of environment. And since this isn't animated, we're just gonna say that the fight starts like you would normally expect in a Naruto TV show, where they both start in the middle of the plain staring each other down like, I don't know, horny teenagers. I don't know how you describe that. And it's not Old West, because Kakashi's not got a revolver on his hip. So,
I mean, I'd call it Old West.
So,
Ninja Old West.
you go ahead, and we all have a reasoning. Do you want to just tell them right outright who we think's going to win, and then argue why your character should have won?
Actually, I just realized I never did the math for Stein for how fast he is, because I don't even know how to do.
It's widely believed that he's nowhere near Kakashi's
No,
speed.
I looked up how fast you have to move faster than someone can perceive. You have to move. Apparently, normal people can perceive an image that's flashed on a screen for only 1/220th of a second. Air fighters, like pilots and jets, can perceive an image that's only on the screen for 1/250th of a second. And assuming that people are death weapons have.
Much
What do we want to
higher
say?
than that.
Do we want to say double the human
I'd put it
perception
at
or
triple.
10 times?
I put it at about triple because they're right up there with death.
Okay,
with
so
perceptive abilities.
at least 1/270th. No, 1/750th. Why did I?
Either way, it's
I'm
incredibly
tired.
high. So we'll just go
I'm
ahead.
late. It's tired. Except it's not late.
No matter what we say, Kakashi's gonna win this with speed. His speed is gonna be he's going over 26,000 times, 26,000 miles an hour. To translate from
What
your
was-
11,638
Yeah, that was meters per second.
to miles per hour is 26,000 plus.
Well, that's why I kept at meters per second, because if you travel.
Well,
Actually, it doesn't.
I did miles per hour because both
Yeah,
of our
I know.
fan base is American. So that
One.
is incredibly fast, guys. That's probably right up there with the speed
Okay,
it takes to break entry into
Assuming he's.
to hit entry level speed.
Actually, Stein, if we're assuming Kakashi has the lowest speed, the 164 meters per second, Stein, even if he's only a meter away from the death weapon when he moved that fast, would be moving at 750 meters per second.
We're gonna go ahead and split the difference. We're gonna say Kakashi is probably at over 1,000 meters per second.
And I'd still say
Because
Stein.
I would give him about 1,000 meters per second, because his speed is definitely over that. Either way, we are going to go ahead and say the speed goes to Kakashi in this, because his if we're giving him the difference, yeah, we could argue it'd be a slow version, but we could also argue that he'd be at the top. That's why I said kind of split the difference and give him
Yeah, I
about-
did mean to
let's just
just
give him, let's just say 1,200 meters per second, because that's pretty fair. That's right in between the 164 and the 11,000. That's a decent speed for someone of Kakashi's reputation and everything. Now, if we were putting, I don't know, 10-10 against Stein, I would say, yeah, Stein's going to win that speed every day. But Kakashi is...
Well, it's a male anime character versus a female anime character. I'm pretty
This
sure.
ain't the WWF. We could go fight out. Shit, I'll have Hillary Clinton come down here and stop both of them. Anyways, guys, so we are going to say that Kakashi's got this speed down. Now, for destructive feats, I'm inclined to give that one actually to Stein, because we've seen him do a lot more destructive abilities.
Yeah, he can disintegrate a body just by touching them. Doesn't
And
even have to be
I do
hard
believe
punching.
we've
Just,
seen him chop something about moderate planetary size in half.
no. They've only ever fought on the Earth and on the Moon, and the Moon isn't the actual size of the actual Moon. It's
It's a weird drawing of the moon.
and it's also it's not out in outer space. It's actually in the Earth's atmosphere,
God, that's so weird.
and it's got a face. I think they destroy its eye at one point, or
So,
no, they knock out a few of them.
We're gonna give the
Moon's
destructive
teeth.
feat to Stein. Now for strength, I think we're gonna have to give that one to Kakashi, because we've seen him lift boulders that probably weigh in the tons. And for Stein, I put his strength maybe about a ton.
I mean, with Marie.
No,
I-
just base without without
with
his
just
weapons.
base. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and give Stein about a ton as his max weight. Because I do believe we've seen him lift something that you could probably say would be about a ton. And Kakashi, we've seen him lift boulders that are probably about 5-6 tons.
Yeah, the soul thing when they can boost their strength with their souls, so they're probably all beyond superhuman, or at least superhuman.
Yeah. So about a ton would be what I would put his at.
It's really annoying because they don't show off a lot of amazing feats in this, but the few fights that they actually do have them really.
And then we've got durability. So durability wise, we've seen Kakashi take a lot of blows that are what I would widely regard as deadly.
But
I mean, that's 90%
Stein has the
of
ability to suture things with his soul, so if he gets cut, he can just suture that up.
Well, durability feats are usually something extreme like the Black Star and Soul, when those two fought Kid Death, where they had a part of the DWMA building fall on top of them. That would be a good durability feat. But for Stein, I don't remember a good durability feat for him.
Yeah, surprisingly he isn't in that many fights.
And the ones he's in, he pretty much keeps himself out of needing to show off his durability.
He did fight Black Star Maka. No, he didn't fight Death, did he?
No, he didn't fight Kid Death yet.
But he did
But
fight
for
them.
durability,
I think we should say he is.
pretty damn durable.
I mean, he's a prodigy at the Meister Academy, and he's.
I'd say his durability is.
I'd say he's greater than Black Star.
Yeah, I put him
Or
at
at least
about.
early Black Star when he had the building fall on him, not
Yeah, I
like
put him
late
at
Black Star.
durability. I put him at a good durability. But Kakashi's durability, once again,
Has
gets
he
out.
ever had a building fall on him?
No, but he's literally had about the equivalent of 10 tons of TNT blow up around him.
Oh yeah, the Kakazu fight.
And he's also been thrown from things that are massive. I believe he's been impaled a couple dozen times. I mean, so we gotta give him durability. For reaction time, which is something I advocate for, without Sharingan, Kakashi's reaction time is decent, but not at all good. With it,
He did say that he absolutely needs that to be able to react to counterattacks.
when he's using Chidori.
Yeah, but
But
the
yeah.
thing is, most people, when making a straight jab, even normal humans in our world can react to counterattacks with enough training.
Well, we're not running at what? I think it's stated that he runs about 100.
Yes,
about
but he's also
70
one of
miles
these.
an hour.
He's also supposedly one of the strongest non-Hokage ninjas, and yet
Yeah.
he's scared of fighting regular ass Jonin and getting counterattacked. No, he cannot.
So we're gonna give his reaction time a pretty good. Now Stein has it beat for reaction time.
Oh hell yeah!
We've seen him react to things. We've seen him react to a attack from Lord Death himself. Now it wasn't a serious
There-
attack. It was Lord Death trying to smack him.
There is one part where he's fighting Medusa for the first time. She has basically a arrow, probably as hard as steel, right at his neck. He has his sight at her neck. They're both paralyzed because of him, and it took her a moment to she gets distracted for about an instant, and in that instant, he cuts her head off before she can kill him with a needle right here. A big
So,
ass
Stein's
arrow.
reaction time is he's gonna win
way
the.
faster.
Yeah, we're gonna give it to him unless we're giving Kakashi the Sharingan. Because
And-
then we have to give it to Kakashi because
But
it's, the Sharingan
Marie-
is just.
Boost Stein's reaction time probably just.
Oh yeah, we'd have to give him that too. So we have at that point we'd have to put them about equal in reaction
But-
time.
It depends
It all
because remember
depends.
the Sharingan is broken and it apparently lets you see things moving at the speed of light.
Yep. So we put them about equal with Marie
But then
and Sharingan.
actually, does it ever say that? I know
yes,
it
it
says
does say
no.
that.
It says Sasuke could see Haku moving, and Zabuza said Haku can move at the speed of light, but he was not fighting seriously against them. So
It's stated that it can see things at the speed of light. It is stated.
where?
I don't remember which
It
chapter,
is
but
stated.
it is stated. I remember it explicitly being said. So, either way, we're gonna say that in base form they're tied. Stein's got it when they're both at maxed out with Marie and The Sharingan, we're gonna go ahead and say yeah, they're tied because it's really gonna be hard to intrinsically say.
Because reaction time also comes down to speed as well. So.
And then we've got the most
going to be-
important factor.
I'd say Kakashi with the Sharingan has a slightly faster reaction time.
And this is one that was suggested, and it's not going to be one that we always have, but due to how close this battle is, which one has better endurance and stamina in a fight? Which one can last longer
Kakashi,
fully
by
going
far.
out? Yeah.
War Arc earlier Kakashi, anything before War Arc, no, but
Yeah.
War Arc he's the main character basically, so we need him to stay in the fight for the entire thing. So no matter what bullshit jutsu he pulls off to overcome the enemy's bullshit jutsu, he's gonna be completely fine.
Essentially, we've broken it down, and they're pretty equal combatants. It's going to come down to their thinking, which one is more comfortable going in for the kill right away, which I would put at Stein at this point. Because Kakashi, while he will kill, he prefers to feel things out. And then it's going to come down to their durability and stamina if the fight drags out. Which it most likely will with Kakashi being a combatant. Landing a killing blow on him is not at all easy. Unless your name is Uchiha.
Or Pain.
We don't count Pain here. He's got the better version of the Sharingan. Well, he's got the Renegon, the more broken version.
Sharingan 2.0. No, 3.0, because Mangekyo Sharingan is 2.0.
So anyways, guys, it'd be 4.0 because you've got EMS. Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan.
And then Sasuke gets 5.0 where he combines the Sharingan with the
Renegon. Sharingan.
I hate Uchiha.
I kind of do too, because they're really annoying. Anyways, so I think we both have agreed Kakashi's going to win this. Now, how he wins is just up in the air. Because, again, this isn't animated. If this was animated, we'd pick a way that he'd win, but to us, we have different opinions. Like,
I'd say
he could easily just keep Stein underground, and Stein could feasibly never escape.
Stein could break out of that. He's definitely shown, with Marie especially, but even
or
his own.
Kakashi could just give him the secret finger jutsu and send Stein into outer space.
Okay, let's just go over what techniques do each of them have that'll cancel each other out. Let's go with base equipment first. Kakashi's got a Sharingan, Stein's got scalpels. He'd just throw those and knock the Sharingan. Because I can imagine just like Stein flipping open his jacket and it'd be lined with
well, he is a doctor.
yeah,
so.
just like, and he also loves dissecting people.
And Kakashi's counter to that would be Shuriken and Kunai, which we know it's never explicitly said how many, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say
at least
12. At least 12. Kunai and
there's a non-canon. Well, it's a filler episode, so whether it's canon or not, I don't know. But in the original Naruto gets flipped upside down and all his stuff just spills out of his bag.
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And we could technically go in that and count all the shurikens.
I'm going to go ahead and just conservatively say that
I'd say about 20
Kakashi's got about
shuriken and about 10 kunai.
Because the shuriken, unless he's using the medium-sized ones, which I think every time we've seen him, because there's different size shuriken, I think every time we've seen Kakashi use them, they're the smaller ones. So I'd say about 30 shuriken and 12 kunai. Because he's got 2 leg holsters.
Okay,
He's saying
I guess that's fair.
And the actual measured leg holsters, because you could buy the product in real life, the actual measured version of it can only hold, each one can only hold 6 kunai. So 6 on each leg, 12 kunai.
Okay.
And 30 shuriken. And how much ever blasting paper? Oh, no. We forgot Kakashi's most important item, Make Out Paradise.
Well, that takes up quite a bit of space in the pouch, so cut the kunai in half so we can have them.
No, because the kunai are here, so
no,
we'll be back here with the
shuriken.
shuriken.
Yeah.
So we've got 15 shuriken and 1 Make Out Paradise.
And Stein's counter to pretty much, we could get a Kakashi infinite shuriken and stuff because they always seem to have that. But Stein has basically a Susanoo that blocked an omnidirectional attack from things harder than steel.
So, we do believe Kakashi's going to win this. It's just, how he'd win would be really difficult.
It's-
And there is a
it's
possibility
actually very
Stein
easy.
would be.
There's some feats I didn't go over with Stein because you wanted me to hurry it up.
Yeah.
There's
'cause
a
we're already
limitation
at an hour
to-
in.
We are? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, basically, there's a big limitation to Marie. He can only use that big speed, strength, reaction time boosting stuff for a certain amount of time because it's literally pumping lightning through your body to strengthen it. So
Yeah.
Kakashi would probably stall him out. It would be an awesome fight, and he'd definitely get a bunch of good hits on Kakashi. And if he ever
And it
so
is
much as
arguable.
touches Kakashi, he'd kill him. But
And it is arguable that Stein would, in some of these battles, be able to kill Kakashi. But
yeah, because
the vast majority is going to be Kakashi winning, only because Kakashi's got a lot more versatility. His durability and stamina are a lot higher.
it's actually surprisingly they've got pretty much all of their techniques can counter each other out, except for some of their killing ones. But Kakashi is faster than Stein, so Stein could never actually get up and tag him usually, so he couldn't just immediately kill him.
The same goes
Kakashi's
for
genjutsu wouldn't work on Stein since there's no chakra network for him to manipulate. Since the chakra network affects the mind, so manipulating it manipulates the mind. Kakashi always drags out the battle to analyze people, while Stein needs to finish it as fast as possible before he gets torn apart by Marie before the timeline expires.
And that's if he doesn't. If that's
And I'm
that's
sure
if Stein
Kakashi
doesn't
would
just
really-
go immediately to using Death Sight.
Oh
because,
no, Death Sight. He
I don't
probably
know.
used that first and then resort to Marie since
we'd
Marie-
have to figure out how Kakashi managed to disarm Death Sight. Now that is an argument that I've talked to some of you guys about.
he throws.
Some of you guys would believe that
Kakashi takes out his copy of Make Out Paradise and throws it away. Death Sight transforms back and goes after it because he's a big pervert. Yeah. And
Well,
then
I
he
think
just
if we were doing a
also
joke,
Death
but
Sight kind of hates Stein since Stein
most of
constantly-
Stein's partners don't care for him because of Stein's
Actually-
soul wavelength is a little.
Marie-
Even Marie doesn't really
No.
like being with him that much.
Marie marries him in the end, I think.
Yeah, but
She
when she
loves
first
him.
gets partnered with him, she does not like him. And for most of the battles you see in the anime, she does not really care for him. She's repeatedly talking him
I don't know.
into control because his soul is really.
He's insane.
Yeah, his
But he's
soul.
trying to. He's got sort of like.
He's very manic. He's very.
He's insane, but he likes the order. He respects order, I guess.
He likes.
He's
death
insane, but follows death.
only because
Death's
he knows
orders.
death will kill us.
No, there's one point where he's being questioned when they've revived Ashura and he's fighting them on the moon. Why he doesn't just join Ashura's side? Why he's choosing to stay with order?
So essentially, you do have these. Each character has their own unique thing that goes on, and as we said,
I really want to animate this fight so badly.
We
It would
will
be
at some point.
amazing.
so if you guys did enjoy this this breakdown, this podcast style format, and you want to see animated battles, because our first one's not going to be until episode 5, which has our favorite group of people that are broken as a Uchiha in it, and it's Itachi, who's probably the most broken Uchiha, right behind Madara.
Actually, I'd say Shisui is the most broken. Just has a genjutsu with, I think it has infinite range, and he can use it infinite number of times.
No, it's actually stated that he has to let it cool down.
Nope. What's his face? Danzo has to let it cool down because he's not a Uchiha.
Itachi uses the Kado Matsukami and it has to cool down.
Well, that's because he's not. It's not the.
Shisui, it's a lot less cooldown
Okay.
time,
Oh, yeah,
but it
he
does take a cooldown time because it's so powerful.
No, because
It takes
Danzo
10
can
years.
use it once a year or once a day. I
Not
think.
Kado Matsukami. He is not able to use Kado Matsukami.
Okay, then Swaikage is wrong, or
Kado
Matsukaku is
Matsukami
wrong.
can
Someone's
only-
wrong.
Kado Matsukami can only be used by Shisui once every 10 years.
No, that's Danzo. I know it's.
No,
I know it's
Shisui's is 10 years. For
I'm
everyone